Welcome to all of you in Sankalpa Education Pratham classes. I am delivered lecture on derivative. Now we are going with a composite function. How to find out the derivatives of composite function. For this purpose, first of all, we have to take one example related to that one. Find dy by dx. For first example is here. Y is equal to sine log x. We know that this is one function. Y is equal to f of x be a function and x be the independent variable and y is a dependent variable, and therefore you will take the derivative of y with respect to x is here. But there will be sine x or log x. Log x is one standard function, but not sine x is a standard function. Right now we know that the standard function, derivative of standard function is d dx of sine x. d dx of sine x is equal to cos x is here. But inside this you will get the x is one letter here. But in this equation y is equal to, in this function y is equal to sine log x. Log x is not one letter, and therefore first of all we have to put something related to that one, and therefore by put u is equal to log x, inside the equation, and you will get the y is equal to sine u. Right now we see that y is the function of u. Y is function of u, and therefore you have to take the derivative of y with respect to u, and therefore you will take the consideration of derivative of y with respect to u. That means you will get the dy by du, and dy by du is nothing but what? We know that the sine x, derivative of sine x is equal to cos x. Then what is the derivative of sine u? Derivative of sine u is nothing but a cos u. Now put the value of u inside the equation. You will get the consideration of cos u is nothing but what? U is nothing but a log x, and therefore cos log x. Right now we turn your attention towards the u is equal to log x. We know that the log x is a standard function, and therefore derivative of log x is directly prepared as a 1 divided by x, and therefore u is the function of x. Now u is the function of x, and therefore derivative of u with respect to x is taken as du by dx, and it is equal to, what is the derivative of log x? It is nothing but a 1 divided by x. Right now we have to see here y is the function of u and u is the function of x. That means it is nothing but a composite function, and therefore y is indirectly function of x. Therefore you want to find out the derivative. What is your m? Nothing but a dy by dx. Y is equal to sine log x, and you have to put the consideration by using this dy by dx of sine x is nothing but a cos x. For this purpose, first of all you have to put the u is equal to log x inside the equation, and you will get the y is equal to sine u, and therefore y becomes a function of u, and therefore y is an dependent variable and u is a independent variable here, and therefore derivative of y with respect to u is taken, and it is nothing but a cos log x is here. And right now we will get the consideration of u is the function of x, and therefore you will take the derivative of u with respect to x, and it is nothing but a dy by dx it is equal to 1 divided by x. And here we will take the consideration of y is the function of u and u is the function of x, and therefore y is indirectly function of x, and therefore by using a chain rule, dy by dx by chain rule, dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. We have the values of those dy by du and du by dx is here. dy by du is nothing but what? Dy by du is equal to cos log x, and dy by dx is nothing but 1 divided by x. Putting those value inside the equation, dy by dx is equal to cos log x into 1 divided by x, and it is written as, and it implies that d dx of, what is y? Y is nothing but what? Y is nothing but sine log x. Y is nothing but a sine log x is here, and therefore sine log x is equal to cos log x and whole divided by x, and this is the derivative of y is equal to sine log x. It is one consideration of this one, and this is one example related to derivative of composite function. Here sine log x is nothing but a composite function, and you want to find the dy by dx. For this purpose, first of all, we have to take the consideration like that one. Right now we have to take the another method is here, another method for solving that y is equal to log x, y is equal to sine log x. First of all, we have to write the y is equal to sine log x, and therefore x is a variable here, and if you want to find the derivative of y with respect to x, and therefore y is function of x, and therefore derivative of y with respect to x, and it is taken as dy by dx. Doesn't vanish here. First of all, we have to think about the what is the derivative of sine is here. We close the log x by your finger or your hand, and you will get the consideration of what is the derivative of sine x. Derivative of sine x is nothing but a cos, and therefore derivative of sine is nothing but a cos here, and whatever inside the bracket put as it is, like that one. And then here we find out the derivative of sine x, and therefore it is cancelled out. And now we have to turn your attention towards the log x. What is the derivative of log x? Derivative of log x is nothing but a 1 divided by x, and therefore it is multiply here 1 divided by x, and therefore you will get the dy by dx is equal to cos log x divided by x. And it is a easy one method, and it is a trick related to that function. You have to find out the derivative of that equation. Now we find out the second derivative by using the composite function is here. Find, once again we have to take the consideration of find dy by dx, and y is equal to log x raised to 5 plus 4 is here. And right now we are going with once again by substitution inside the equation. You know that the log x raised to 5 plus 4, and this is not a standard function. We know that the standard function of this is a log x. Here one letter is here x, and but here you will get the expression, and which is the expression is x raised to 5 plus 4, and therefore first of all you have to put the consideration for that x raised to 5 plus 4, and therefore first of all you have to get the consideration of put u is equal to x raised to 5 plus 4, and therefore y is equal to log u, and we know that y is the function of u. Y is function of u. Therefore derivative of y with respect to u is here, and therefore dy by du is equal to, what is the derivative of log x? Derivative of log x is nothing but what? Derivative of log x is nothing but 1 divided by x. Then what is the derivative of log u? The derivative of log u is nothing but 1 divided by u. Put the value of u is here, 1 divided by x raised to 5 plus 4. Right now you turn your attention towards the u is equal to. Therefore now u is equal to x raised to 5 plus 4. X raised to 5 plus 4. Here it is addition of these two functions, and therefore you will take the consideration of algebra of derivative, nothing but what is the algebra of derivative d dx of u plus v is equal to, first of all we have to find the derivative separately of these two functions and find the consideration of this one. You know that the u is the function of x, and therefore we have to find the u is function of x. Therefore derivative of u with respect to x, therefore you will get the du divided by dx is nothing but the derivative of these functions separately taken here, and it is nothing but d dx of x raised to 5 plus d dx of 4 is here, and therefore d dx of x raised to 5 is taken by using a derivative. We know that the d dx of x raised to n is here, x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1, and then for derivative of this function, this is the formula for derivative of taken x raised to something, and therefore you will get the derivative of x raised to 5 is 5x raised to 4 plus derivative of constant is a 0, and therefore you will take the consideration that one, and du by dx is equal to 5x raised to 4 is here. We know that y is the function of u is the function of x, and therefore y is indirectly function of x, therefore dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx is here, and dy by du is nothing but what, dy by du is taken here, dy by du is equal to 1 divided by u, that means 1 divided by x raised to 5 plus 4, and therefore 1 divided by x raised to 5 plus 4 into du by dx is nothing but a 5x raised to 4, and therefore the final answer for that derivative is nothing but a 5x raised to 4 divided by x raised to 5 plus 4 is here. Now we have to use the trick here. First of all, we have to close this expression, and we know that the derivative of log x, is nothing but a d dx of log x is equal to 1 divided by x, and similarly we know that the this expression is covered, and the derivative of log is nothing but 1 divided by something, and therefore dy by dx is equal to 1 divided by x raised to 5 plus 4 into, now you have to complete the derivative of log, and you are to going with the expression x raised to 5 plus 4. What is the derivative of x raised to 5 and what is the derivative of 4 is here, because the addition of these two functions x raised to 5, derivative of x raised to 5 is 5x raised to 4 plus derivative of 4 is constant having derivative 0, and therefore you will get the 5x raised to 4 divided by x raised to 5 plus 4. This is your final answer for this another derivative. Now we have to think differently related to the derivatives which are not in those consideration, like that find dy by dx. First of all, we have to take the consideration of y is equal to, once again, sine log root x is here plus tan e raised to x is here. Right now inside this equation, first of all we know that these two are the different functions, and you want to find the derivative of these two different functions. If we are going with the substitution method, it required a lot of pages. That means it required 2 or 3 pages, because first of all you have to think this is function, then we will put inside, or you have to convert it into the standard function of sine, then you have to convert it into the standard function of this one, then you solve this another function, and it is a tedious method, and it required long steps to get the derivative. Right now we have to take the consideration of this is two functions. First function is this and second function is this, and you want to find out the derivative of these two functions having the addition of this one. First of all, we know that the we want to find out the dy by dx, and therefore here y is the function of x, and therefore you will take the directly dy by dx is here. That means you want to find the derivative of sine x log root x first of all, and therefore d dx of this function is separated sine log root x plus you want to take the derivative of this another function, that means d dx of tan e raised to x, First of all, once again here to take you will use the trick related to that one, close related function. That means you have to first concentrate on the derivative of sine x. What is the derivative of sine? Derivative of sine is nothing but a cos, and therefore first of all we have to write the cos, and whatever inside the bracket put as it is in front of that cos. That means you have to complete the derivative of that sine. Then you have to pay attention towards the log. Cover the next of the log, and you will get the consideration of what is the derivative of log. Derivative of log is 1 divided by something, and whatever in front of that log you have to take the consideration of into 1 divided by root x. 1 divided by root x is here. That means you have to complete the derivative of log is here, and then you have to pay attention toward the root x. And now root x is a one standard function, and having the derivative is 1 divided by 2 root x, which is multiplied to that one. That means you have to complete the derivative of root x. That means first of all you have to find the derivative of sine. What is the derivative of sine? Is nothing but a cos, and you will put the all things which is related to that one as it is in front of that. Then you have to going with the log. What is the derivative of log? Log is having derivative 1 divided by whatever the function is here, and then you have to get the derivative of root x is nothing but 1 divided by 2 root x plus. Right now we have to pay attention towards the tan. What is the derivative of tan? Whatever inside the bracket is here, first of all we have to concentrate the derivative of tan. Tan having the derivative is a sec square, and place what is the function in front of that as it is, and then you have to complete the derivative of tan. Then you pay attention toward the e raised to x, and e raised to x is the one standard function, and having the derivative is a e raised to x. Therefore you will get the total consideration of that derivative is cos log root x divided by root x into root x is nothing but x, and therefore 2 into x is here plus e raised to x into sec square e raised to x, and this is the derivative of that another function is here. We have to use that trick related to find out the derivative, because when we have to use the putting related to that function and that function, you will take the lot of steps here, and you will find out the derivative in a lengthy term, and it is related to addition. Right now we are going with a multiplication, and at that time you will get the another conflict related to that one. Second one example is y is equal to tan root x into e raised to tan x is here, and here you will know about that the tan root x is one function and e raised to tan x is another function, and therefore it is a multiplication of these two functions. We know that the derivative of d dx of multiplication of two function is nothing but first of all we have to put the first function as it is and take the derivative of second one, plus we have to put the second function as it is and you will take the derivative of first one. And this is the rule related to multiplication of two functions, and therefore you want to find out the derivative of this y. dy by dx is equal to, with respect to x, we have to find the derivative of with respect to x is considered as. Now this is the first function, this is the second function. We know that the first function as it is, put as it is, and taking the derivative of second function, and therefore tan root x as it is, and d dx of e raised to tan x is here, plus second function put it at as it is, tan e raised to tan x into d dx of first function, that means tan root x. Right now we have to going with tan root x is putted as it is, and derivative of this one, we know that the derivative of e raised to x. What is the derivative of e raised to x? It is the e raised to x, and therefore e raised to tan x having the derivative e raised to tan x. Now we complete the derivative of e raised to. Now we are going towards the, or pay attention towards the tan x. What is the derivative of tan x? It is nothing but a sec square x is here, and therefore the derivative of tan x also is taken here, plus e raised to tan x put it as it is. And what is the derivative of tan root x? First of all, we are to going with the tan, whatever inside the in front of the tan. First of all, we have to think about the derivative of tan. What is the derivative of tan? Tan having the derivative is a sec square into root x, and derivative of root x is nothing but, you have to complete the derivative of tan x, and therefore you have to take the derivative of root x is nothing but 1 divided by 2 root x. We doesn't cancel the root x here, because this root x is attached to sec square x is here, and therefore you will get the consideration of what is the answer related to that one. E raised to tan x is taking outside from the derivative. E raised to tan x, there is a common inside the derivative, and you will take the tan root x into sec square x, plus e raised to tan x is taken outside, and therefore remaining thing is sec square root x divided by 2 root x is here, and this is the derivative of that multiplication. Similarly, we can find out the derivative of division of two composite functions, and at that time you will require this trick, because first of all we know that about the standard formulas, and those standard formulas are very important for that. At that time the very important formula is related to that one is nothing but these standard formulas, nothing but x raised to n derivative of x raised to n, derivative of constant root x, a raised to x, e raised to x, and those, and you will take the algebra of these derivatives is nothing but d. We know that the derivative of these two, addition of these two function is taken derivative separately, and taking the addition, subtraction, then multiplication rule is now we have to learn completely, and after that you have to take the consideration of d dx of division of these two composite functions by using this rule, and by using this rule you can find out the derivative of composite function also. Thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel, and click the bell icon to get the next notification related to that derivatives. Thank you.